What is in my gym bag? Welcome back, Bookies, to another vlog. I thought it would be cute to show you guys what's in my gym bag. Also show y'all some of my faves that I use for rest and recovery, as well as some other favorites for my hair and just some random things. Let's get into it, starting with shoes. Okay, I only pulled out 3 pairs of shoes for y'all. I'm not going to go through all my shoes because I do rotate through shoes. That's a personal choice. You don't absolutely need to, but I find different shoes are useful for different purposes, so I tend to rotate through them, and these are the top 3 that I use. Starting with my Nike Metcons, these are my overall go-tos for weightlifting. Here are what they look like. They are very, very stable, which is why, or the reason why I use them for weightlifting. I've also used Converse and I've also used Nobles, but I typically go for my Nike Metcons. I go a size up just because I have, or a half a size up. I have wider feet, and because of that, Nike, they tend to be a little bit more squished for my wider feet, so going up half a size means that they fit as I expect them to. They give me a nice stable base for when I'm weightlifting. Sometimes I do take my shoes off and just rock out with my socks, but these are my overall go-tos for weightlifting. And yes, they need to get washed, but we're not going to deal with that right now. My other shoes that I rotate through are my overall running shoes. These are the Brooks Ghost. I'm pretty sure they're the 17s. Yes, I've been wearing Brooks Ghost since high school when I originally got fitted for the shoes. I have gotten fitted again, and after getting fitted again, the shoes were still Brooks Ghost as my overall go-to. So these are my tried and trues for running. I use them for recovery runs. I don't use them for speed runs as much, and I also use them for my long runs on Saturdays. I haven't been running as much throughout the year. However, these are still my overall go-tos. I recommend getting your feet fitted for shoes. I also have in some inserts in here, which are not necessary, but I find them useful, especially because I've dealt with plantar fasciitis, so it helps me a lot more. The other shoes I wear sometimes when I'm running are the Nike Infinity Runs, as well as the Hoka Mocs. And now we have my overall walking shoes. Since I am a dog mom, Moon gets walked so much. These are the Hoka Bondis. I've worn them for a couple years. I've gone back and forth on the Hoka Bondis. I also have the Cliftons, but recently I've started to wear the Bondis again because, again, the plantar fasciitis. These are very cushiony, and I need that for my foot right now. I also have inserts in these. I can wear these for about 300 miles, which is a good amount of time for me. And honestly, I recommend the Bondis a lot. These are super cushiony. They also come in wide, which surprisingly, I didn't need a wide in these. The first time I bought them, I did get a wide, and they just felt so big. So this time around, I just stuck with my usual 10.5 shoe. I highly recommend these, and Hoka has been trying out some new colors. So I got these pink ones, and they're super, super cute because we love pink over here, if y'all couldn't tell. Gotta stay hydrated. It's too hot outside. Let's get into what's in the actual gym bag, because I also don't bring those shoes with me every single time to the gym. Usually I bring the Nike Metcons and then one other pair depending on what I'm doing. So this is my gym bag. It's Adidas, and it has so many freaking pockets. Sometimes that's a great thing. Other times I tend to lose stuff that's in the bag. So honestly, we're about to see how messy she is as we're going through it. This first pocket is just a bunch of things that I need as a woman. My pads are in here, my tampons are in here, and then I have a bunch of hair ties. My hair is in braids right now. However, I still have to tie her back because the braids just begin in my face and it's too much, too overstimulating. I can't deal with it. So I have all of those in this front pocket. In this second pocket, let me see. I think I just restocked them too. So these are my Ursa Major face wipes. I tend to get really, really sweaty in the gym, and it's the summertime, so I'm sweating even more. So these are the face wipes I use when I'm done with my workouts. I honestly find that it just helps clean my face and gets me to my house, because when I'm at my house, I can then wash my face and do everything else. However, I don't need all that bacteria staying on my face, so I typically wipe my face with these face wipes when I'm done. They're not necessary. However, my skin is super, super sensitive, and an esthetician recommended these a few years ago, and they've worked for me, so I keep them on restock. Next, I have my wrist straps, which I honestly am still figuring out how to use. I know. It probably is not that difficult. I just haven't had much use of them yet, but I keep a couple of pairs of them in my bag. I had the pink ones and then I lost them, so I ordered the purple ones and then I found the pink ones. But you know, when you're trying to lift heavier, I find that the wrist straps are going to be essential, okay? Especially when you're lifting dumbbells. Like I said, I haven't used them too much, but they're in there because I'm getting there, okay? I'm getting there. Slowly and surely, I am going to get there. Most things in this bag are going to be pink, but this is my hip thrust pad. I say it specifically for the hip thrust because because that's the only use that I get out of it. I personally do not love the ones that my gym carries. I feel like they're old and they're just not working for me. I love that it's open. You can just put it on the bar. The ones they have wrap all the way around and then they have the cords. That's just doing too much. I need to plop it on the bar and that's it. So this is the one that I got from Amazon. It's very cushiony. It doesn't hurt when I'm doing hip thrusts. That's literally the point of the pad. You know if you need a new one, if one, it's not holding up, and two, you start hurting because it's just like, it's supposed to be a pad. Why are you hurting? Anyways. I have different resistance bands in here because I like to use these during my warm-up for my dynamic stretching as well as afters for my static stretching. I do dynamic stretching before I start working out, and then I do static stretching when I'm done with my workout. These are my ankle straps for my glute kickbacks. I never did glute kickbacks. I just didn't find them useful until this year. I've been on the Ladder app for the past 6 months, and when I tell you I've seen such a difference in my glutes from doing the glute kickbacks, make sure you're having proper form. Don't increase that weight and don't really work on your form, okay? It's better to have proper form and a lower weight than just be going to a high weight and you don't even have good form, because that's how you get injured. And we won't want that over here, okay? Also, Mooney is snoring because, you know, he has such a long day. And if you hear it, just ignore it. Let's keep it going. This is the little ball. It's very hard. I use it to roll out my foot. I like to give my foot a good roll before I go running sometimes. And then this is the Body Glide that I'm currently using. I never used a Body Glide before. However, I noticed since I've gained weight, my legs are chafing a lot more. So this is the one that I picked up. I also have one from, it's the blue one. It's the original one. And then I have one more brand. So I got a bunch of these from Amazon, and I usually use it when I'm about to go on a run. I always have some form of Vaseline with me. I do not do ashiness, okay? I cannot be walking around ashy. So I always carry around a Vaseline with me. That's just super random, but that's another thing that I carry around. And then in this pocket, I have a bunch of hair bands, but they're not in here because I just gave them all a good wash. So these are the hair bands that I use. I have a couple different ones. This is from Gym Wrap, and it's one of the ones that you can tie. And then these are the newer ones that I've been using. They're from Gymshark. I love these a lot, especially when my hair is straight. Personally, it does not keep my hair super straight. However, it manages it. When you put them on, these are a little bit tighter, which is what I love. I've also seen the girlies in the gym just tie a really tight head wrap around their head. But personally, I use these regardless if I have a silk press or not, just because I do sweat a lot and it does help keep the sweat, you know, from coming all the way down. Today I was drenched on that Stairmaster. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was no help for me today. I didn't even put these on today because I have on braids, but I highly recommend the ones from Gymshark as well as the one from Gym Wrap. It was starting to tug at the back of my hair. It's already damaged back there, so I tend not to reach for this one right now. However, I still love it, and I will reach for it when I get my hair back on track, but that's a whole nother thing. That's it for my gym bag, so I want to show you guys a few other extras that I've used on my fitness journey that I think are worth it. Usually, every gym will have some sort of foam roller. And if they don't, definitely go buy one. This is a smaller one that I use. It helps to target my hamstrings, also my calves. It's not specific for those. It's just that I use it for those. And then I have a larger one to target my overall quads. Yesterday, I was foam rolling for a while because my body needed it. That's the one thing that I'm trying to do this time around, is recover better. So I've definitely been foam rolling a lot more. And then also I've been using this to get deeper into my muscles. This is one of my massagers. I did just order another one just because I wanted a better quality one. And this goes up to a speed of 7. I have to charge this pretty often, which I don't love, which is also why I bought a new one. But these are two really good tools for recovering after a run or even a weightlifting session. Most gyms have foam rollers, but I love to have one at my house just because, look, I need to stretch, okay? These two are very specific for yoga. So this is one of my yoga blocks. I have 2 of them, and she is very sturdy. I had plastic cheap ones before, and I wanted to invest in a better quality one. This is from Amazon. I love it a lot. I do yoga at my house as well as going to a studio in downtown Raleigh as well as North Hills, and now they're opening a studio in Durham. So I've been using this quite a lot. This is the towel that I use to put over my, my yoga mat. I tend to do hot yoga classes, which I know in the summertime. I know. However, I love hot yoga and I'm trying to add in some regular yoga sessions that don't have any heat involved. But this is a towel that I put on my yoga mat for when I am in hot yoga, just because I'm sweating a lot and it helps to really catch all that so you're not slipping and sliding on your mat. This is a newer pickup. These are my sunglasses based on my eye doctor's recommendation. So these are my usual glasses, and I used to wear glasses that had transitions. And then at some point I just didn't want to pay for it, which was dumb. But anyways, I developed a freckle on the back of my eye because I've been running and my glasses were in transition. So there's been nothing protecting my eyes. So I recently picked up these sunglasses. They're from Good R. So I like them a lot. They don't slip too much off my face. I also have new ones from Amazon, but I haven't actually ran in those, so I can't speak to them. I would love to make a new video that has an update on those glasses. But yeah, these are my first pair of running sunglasses. I think they were like $25, $30. They weren't too bad. And then last but not least, I am a big hydration girly, okay? I stay walking around with my water because it is so important. This is my big bag of liquid IV. I typically use these after runs just because you need some electrolytes, okay? You need some electrolytes. It can't always be water. Water is great, but it can't always be water. So I typically reach for one of my liquid IVs. I'd also like to add these are sugar-free. Sugar-free. This is the raspberry lemonade, and then this is white peach. These are my favorite flavors, and the other flavor I really like is the lemon lime. I like that one. I don't like too much mixing this and that, this flavor. Some of them flavors, they're just not for me. But these are the ones that I get from Costco. I get them in bulk, so they're not as expensive. But that's a wrap on what's in my gym bag, as well as a few extras. Let me know something you're thinking about adding into your gym bag or just adding to your overall fitness journey, and I will see you guys so soon. Bye, Bookies.